Hello, my name is Denis Fedorov, and in this video I am going to share a strategy on getting your first significant results in learning Russian, show the bigger picture of studying it, and tell how to have fun in Russian language learning. Okay, first of all, there are two main stages in learning Russian from the how you study point of view. The first one is the beginner's phase, when you learn the alphabet, learn how to read, form basic vocabulary, and go through the beginner's Russian grammar. The second phase is an advanced phase, where you develop practical skills like speech comprehension, speaking, and communication. Plus, you continue enriching vocabulary with new words and increase the depth of using the language. And during these stages, the learning process is quite different. During the beginner's phase, the education is more academic and traditional. You learn to read Russian letters, memorize the alphabet, train pronunciation of sounds, learn to write down letters, teach yourself to read Russian, learn new words, study grammar with a textbook. Thanks to the internet, you can watch numerous videos also, but you will have to get some work to be done in a traditional manner. Then comes the next level in learning Russian, the second practical phase. If in the past on this advanced level you had the same boring learning like writing topics on given subjects, profound text translation, and numerous real-life simulation exercises and situations, now comes the moment when learning can be fun. Because now you can combine entertainment and learning. Now, in the real world, people develop their Russian dramatically by watching Russian films and series, reading books, blogs, browsing Russian internet. They can listen to Russian radio, they can participate in Russian-speaking forums, communicate in Russian social networks, find Russian friends online, and other things you can only imagine, like to watch movies and series from around the globe but translated into Russian. Even video games but localized in Russian will give you some good boost. So, to make learning Russian fun, you need to get to this second phase as fast as humanly possible. The good news is that during the beginner's phase, things happen relatively fast, and your results are seen with the naked eye. It's hard to give an estimate how long this first beginner's stage lasts, and there is no strict border between them, so the transition is smooth. But let's say that this transition begins between about 200 to 400 hours. It's when you get a basic grasp of language and a basic vocabulary. But after 400 hours, you can start watching movies with subtitles and read real-life Russian texts with vocabulary. Not classical literature in the original, of course, but internet articles on interesting topics using vocabulary. And your abilities will grow day by day, because during the second phase you can spend more hours learning Russian without even being exhausted. And here is the experience of other Russian learners like you, but those who had really measurable and clear results during this first stage. Well, they were following one of these two approaches. The first one is to tie yourself to a chair and go for longer hours, like several hours a day. Or the second one is to learn Russian on the go. The first method is simple. You work hard and a lot. If you are a person of a kind that can take a textbook in the midday and find yourself learning Russian in the late evening, well, you don't really need any advices. But for most of us, we fight lack of motivation, time, discipline. We fight procrastination and similar things. That's why I offer you the method to learn Russian on the go. That's how I actually managed to get some success in learning English. First of all, during the beginner's phase, you learn Russian in two directions. The first one is actually studying the language in this order: alphabet, reading, beginner's Russian grammar. The second direction is learning new words. You start it when you acquire basic reading skill. I mean something written by syllables here. First of all, you must dedicate basic learning units or blocks of time for both directions. It will be a basis. On the beginner's phase, if you learn daily, and daily learning is highly recommended here, here are the milestones. Devote a minimum 30 minutes time unit to learning Russian and 10 minutes minimum to learning new words. It's the minimum basis. Plus, you spend additional time on learning Russian along with your life. The key here is always to take learning materials with you. The PDFs, they can be printed out or uploaded on your phone. The textbooks can be taken with you. Videos to be watched on your devices. And when you have spare time, you can use these materials to learn Russian. Probably you can find 5 minutes twice a day to intensify learning words during your day. Is it possible? Of course it is possible. You can take Russian alphabet PDF and learn the alphabet in cafe, plane, bus, listen audios during commute, study Russian during different breaks. When you try this approach, you can significantly speed up and intensify learning Russian. The key here is having materials with you. When on some reason you cannot use these materials, there is a mental training, recalling recently learned words, recalling the theory you are learning now. During such training, you get permanent insights, and it helps really a lot. 2-3 minutes even is enough to get positive result. So learning Russian faster is all about the effectiveness and efficiency. I heard somewhere a very good definition for these two notions. Something like effectiveness means doing the right things, and efficiency means doing things right. It means to have a proper direction and to move there on a fast pace. So let's sum up the info. To learn Russian and have fun, you need to reach the practical level of learning Russian. There you will be able to learn Russian by watching videos in Russian, playing games in Russian, reading blogs in Russian, watching YouTube also in Russian, and so on. And to get there fast, you should combine learning in the devoted chunks of time with learning during spare time and life routines. That's it for now. Think on this material and try to implement it in your life. And thank you for watching.